My daughter Leela got married a month ago. She's 28 and has been vegan for almost a decade, fully committed to it. It's not just food for her, it's an entire moral code. No animal products, no leather, no honey, no wool. She even refuses to buy from companies that test on animals. I've always supported her. I'm not vegan, but I try to respect her choices. When she comes over, I buy oat milk, I cook vegan dinners. I even stopped wearing leather shoes around her. So when she told me she wanted a 100% vegan wedding, I said, of course. It's your day. But our family is not built for that. We live in a small Midwestern town where steak is practically a religion. My husband eats bacon every morning. My mother, Leela's grandma, calls tofu punishment food. My brothers are hunters. My cousins grill every weekend. I knew there'd be pushback, but I didn't realize how relentless it would be. From the moment the invitations went out, the comments started. A vegan wedding, so no cake. I'll eat before we go. Guess I'll sneak in jerky. Even my mom said she wasn't coming if there wasn't real food. I kept telling everyone, it's one meal out of your life. Be respectful. But deep down, I started to worry. I didn't want Leela to overhear people mocking her. I wanted the day to be about love, not side-eyeing the food. A few weeks before the wedding, I made my first mistake. I called the caterer, a woman named Fiona, and asked if she could include one non-vegan option. Just one, maybe grilled chicken for the older guests. Fiona said she'd have to clear it with the bride. I told her not to if it would cause trouble, but she called Leela anyway. That night, Leela phoned me sobbing. Mom, why would you do that? You said you supported me. I apologized right away. I told her I wasn't trying to ruin anything. I just didn't want people to complain. She said, people will always complain. That's not a reason to betray what I believe in. She forgave me, but she was quieter after that. I could tell she'd lost a little trust. As the wedding got closer, the comments kept coming. My husband said, you know half the guests will leave to get burgers. My mom kept calling it the lettuce party. I laughed it off, but the truth was, I was dreading the dinner. I wanted everyone to enjoy themselves. I didn't want guests sneaking out or whispering about how weird the food was. I wanted my daughter to look around and see nothing but smiles. So, trying to keep the peace, I made a second, much worse decision. I hired a local food truck. Small, family-owned, nothing fancy, just burgers, chicken skewers, and shrimp tacos. I told them to park behind the barn venue, completely out of sight, and serve only to guests who came asking. I paid them in cash. They'd be gone before the dancing started. In my mind, it wasn't part of the wedding, just an optional backup. The day arrived and it was perfect. Warm sunlight, soft music, flowers everywhere. Leela looked breathtaking in her lace dress. The ceremony made everyone cry. For the first time in months, I actually relaxed. Dinner was served and the vegan food looked incredible. Mushroom Wellington, roasted veggies, lentil stuffed peppers, and mac and cheese made from cashews. I took a bite, it was actually delicious. But almost immediately, I heard the murmurs start. This is weird. I can't eat this. Hope there's real dessert. I pretended not to hear, but I saw Leela's smile flicker. She could sense it too. During a lull between courses, I slipped outside to check on the truck. It was tucked neatly behind the garden fence, lights dimmed. My husband, my mom, and a few relatives were there, eating quietly. They waved when they saw me. I reminded them to keep it low-key. They nodded. For about an hour, everything was fine. Inside, guests were dancing and laughing. Outside, a handful grabbed a quiet bite. I thought I'd pulled off the perfect compromise. Then someone ruined it with one post. One of the bridesmaids' boyfriends took a selfie with a burger and captioned it, "Secret feast at the back shushing hamburger." Within minutes, Leela saw it. She came storming across the courtyard, dress swishing, face pale and furious. "Are you serious right now?" she shouted. Everyone turned to look. Mom, she said, shaking. Did you bring a food truck with meat? I froze. Sweetheart, it's not part of the wedding. It's just for who? For people who can't go one meal without eating dead animals, her voice cracked. You promised me. I tried again. I just didn't want people complaining, so you lied to me instead, she snapped. You brought exactly what I asked not to have anywhere near this day. Her husband came over, confused. What's going on? Leela turned to him. She brought a food truck. With meat. He stared at me, stunned. You did what? It's outside, I whispered. No one was supposed to, he cut me off. You completely disrespected her. Leela started crying. My own mother, she said quietly. Then louder, you couldn't even give me one day to be who I am. She ran back inside. The entire courtyard went silent. People whispered. The truck guy packed up without a word and drove off. The night never recovered. The joy was gone. The next morning, Leela and Evan left for their honeymoon without saying goodbye. I texted her an apology. She didn't respond. A week later, she posted a photo from the wedding with the caption, "Some people will never understand that compassion isn't optional." I knew it was about me. When she got back, she finally called. The conversation broke me. She said, "You didn't just bring meat, Mom. You brought betrayal. You made me look like a hypocrite in front of everyone." I told her I wasn't trying to embarrass her. I was trying to make sure no one made fun of her. She said, "You don't get it. You tried to protect me from discomfort, not disrespect. But you disrespected me to do it." Then she said something I'll never forget. You raised me to care about my values, but you showed me that your support only goes as far as your own convenience. I had no words. Since then, things have been tense. She's polite in texts, but distant. We haven't seen each other since. My husband thinks she's overreacting. My mom says I did what any reasonable person would. But I can't shake the guilt. I know now I wasn't protecting Leela from ridicule. I was protecting myself from feeling uncomfortable. I couldn't stand the idea of people being unhappy, so I made a decision that made the one person who mattered most miserable. A few days ago, Leela sent me an email. It said, "I'm not cutting you off, but I need space. I can't be around someone who doesn't take my beliefs seriously." This wasn't about food, it was about trust. I sat at my kitchen table and cried for an hour. I keep thinking about that night, the music, the laughter, the way her face looked when she found out. I thought I was doing something kind. Instead, I made her wedding memorable for all the wrong reasons. Part of me still wonders if what I did was really that bad. I mean, the food truck was outside. I didn't interrupt the ceremony. I didn't serve meat at the actual tables. People were going to complain either way. Maybe I was just trying to keep everyone happy. But then I remember the way she said, "You lied to me." And that's the part that won't stop echoing. So, am I wrong for secretly hiring a food truck with meat at my vegan daughter's wedding? Because I swear, I didn't mean to ruin anything. I was just trying to avoid conflict. But I think that's the problem. I cared more about everyone else's comfort than about her peace.